Welcome everybody. Here we are at NAMM 2018. Boy, this is day number 3, and I'm hanging in there on a string. It's a pretty wild scene here. Welcome to our Inner Talk feed here. Today, my guest is Luis Gallo.
As you want, Gallo. Thank you so much.
Yes, from Spain. Fantastic guitarist. He's been playing for me already. Just played some Bach for me. It was really cool. And you go back and forth from here, States back to Spain, and back and forth.
Actually, most of my working is abroad in the rest of Europe and in the United States.
Okay, you do solo gigs?
I do. Most of it is solo, but you know what happens to me? A musician by himself makes music. Okay, his playing is wonderful. Two musicians, then it's much more interesting. They have a conversation.
Right.
But to me, whenever you are with 3 musicians, to me that's a party. So that's what I like. I have now some gigs in Seattle. Last year I already did a tour through the West Coast. It was wonderful. I'm playing tomorrow at the University of La Verne.
Cool.
Okay, with some other guitar players from around the world, and in a guitar night at the University Ranch. And next week I'm playing in Seattle in the Tulas, which is, I don't know if you know it, it's like the Blue Note in the state of Washington. It's really well known and different places. I played also in the Columbia City Theater, and I like to play normally, like if I have to do it in 2 parts, I do 45 minutes alone and 45 minutes with musicians, normally jazz musicians, and I like that fusion.
Yeah. When you play with 3 people, let's say when you do a trio, what is the instrumentation? What other instrumentation?
For example, I had Evans Flurry Barnes, which is an amazing double bass player, and a percussionist, always a percussionist. Okay. That's what I like the most.
Hand percussion?
Percussionist, drummer, but I liked more the percussion concept. You know, it's like there's this Latin flamenco thing that you hold the rhythm, you don't necessarily play the 2s and the 4s.
Right.
But they are there.
Right.
Actually, that's what we do in flamenco. We don't play the 1.
Right.
So normally, if you don't explain this,
where is the 1?
Yeah, they get lost because it's everything is so wonderful. But where is the 1? The musicians, they don't know how to get there because they're looking for the 1, and the 1 is never there.
You know, the 1 is very big here in the States.
Yeah, no, here.
if you don't define the 1 here.
I know. But listen, if you play a 4x4 for a musician, in Europe it will play 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the United States, this Afro-American thing that is so amazing, that is putting the 2 everywhere. They will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It's the snare drum.
Snare, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah. In Spain we would do 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. We don't play the 1. So that's interesting.
That is.
It only happens there.
That's great, man.
So I have to explain this to the American musicians that I play with.
Don't do that. Don't.
Once I told a guy, please, you are fantastic, but don't ever play the 1. And last night I was having supper with him. I was with Mino Sinelu, you know, he was the percussionist with Herbie Hancock. And he was telling me, yes, I still remember that in flamenco you never play the 1. It's great. Yeah, it's the different culture. And the rhythm is the basic of music. It's the bass.
How long have you been playing?
Oh, many years.
Many years.
Too long, probably. I'm 37. 30 years.
Wow. Are you classically trained?
No, I'm self-taught. Okay.
Okay.
I had some teachers, but whenever I was little, it was very difficult to learn flamenco if you were not into the flamenco environment. So what I did was running toward the gypsies. So I knew there was a flamenco place, you know, like a little club. And I was going there, sitting by the oldest gypsy, you know, to not being kicked out. And they were always very nice with me. So, I had some amazing experiences. And then
that's great.
I moved to Jerez de la Frontera, which is the cradle of flamenco. And I was there living also.
What country is that in?
No, Jerez is in the south of Spain.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
All this is in Spain, where I was born.
Okay.
But it's amazing because in this city, everybody is mixed. You don't know if one is gypsy or is not. All the celebrations, it's not that important the food. It's important the playing and the
really?
drinking. So they can be doing that for weeks.
What's the favorite drink?
In Jerez, el fino, the wine, the
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you call it, the sherry.
Oh,
The
sherry,
wine
brandy, sherry.
Yeah, the brandy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's from Jerez.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why did you? What drew you to guitar?
I don't really know.
Did you have Did you have a family member that played
Not
guitar? or
at all.
anything?
I thought it was amazing. Whenever I saw someone with a guitar in the street, I wanted to touch it. It was like magic. It was
Really?
amazing. Yeah. It was. And I remember I was desperate to get a guitar and then to get a teacher. And my mother told me, well, there's a guitar teacher here around, but I don't know if you're going to like because he teaches flamenco. And I was like, yeah, that's what I really want to do. So
Exactly, Mom.
I've been involved. I mean, I've been traveling all my life. I've lived in Nashville, in Vienna, Austria, not Australia, Austria.
Right.
It's important.
I made that mistake.
Yeah. And in Spain, in many cities. Now, actually, I'm based in Cordoba, which is like the main place for guitar.
Mm.
It's wonderful, the guitar players that you have there.
What happens there to make it a main place for guitar? A lot of great players
Yeah,
there.
and there's the guitar in Spain is like not a religion, but almost. What I mean is that the guitar players, they lock themselves and they work really, 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 really hard, and they don't care if they don't make money. They study and they are wonderful. They are, sometimes I still discover people that nobody knows, and it's like, my goodness.
Where
they're
have you
amazing.
been? Huh?
But they
Yeah.
don't want to get out. They are comfortable there because you live really well in a place like Cordoba.
Uh-huh.
You have your sun, you have your little beer, you have your guitar, you have your gigs around, and you
Uh-huh.
make a living pretty well.
Really?
Yeah, that's the south.
Uh-huh.
In Madrid it's not like that. In Madrid it's really tough. But actually, that's what basically drives me away. I mean, and I've been. The good
That
thing,
drove you away from Madrid?
yeah, from.
'Cause-
I'm talking in terms of working. For example, I have been traveling all my life, and with all these musicians that I've been playing, I have learned to adapt. That's why I've played with the Covent Garden Orchestra in London, the Royal Opera House.
Oh,
They were looking for a guitar player who was
Uh-huh.
able to play electric and flamenco,
Uh-huh.
and that was able to adapt to different styles. And I got the call, so I got the job. But you have to be ready for that because without that experience, you are lost.
Right.
And I play with that people with more flamenco and more classical, more different styles, and I had to adapt my way of playing.
Did you teach yourself to read guitar?
Yes, but what I did is whenever I was having less touring, because there was a point that I stopped some touring with big artists, and then I thought to myself, okay, now I have time. Now I want to focus and study. And I did the Superior Conservatory degree in specialized in flamenco guitar.
Okay. How long did you attend the conservatory?
That was 4 years. The superior, normally the conservatory is 9 years. You know,
Really?
This is the professional and then the superior degree. I got already in the superior, and I did it in 3 years. It's 4. I did it in 3. So
Is a superior degree what we call a master's here in the States, or
not
a
really.
PhD?
It's like a degree. It's a degree actually. Okay, but it's the only place probably in the world, together with the Rotterdam, with the Codarts in Rotterdam, I think is it.
Okay.
And where they give you this like intensive course
Uh-huh.
where you get to study all type of musics, improve a lot your reading skills. That's great for a flamenco player because we all play by ear and by.
Right.
They say that is
By tradition.
not tradition, like an instinct. Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
I listen to this and I know that I'm. But if you tell me what are you doing, now I know. But I you know, you develop your skills depending on your necessity, depending on your needs. Okay, so that's the way you learn the profession. Okay, the conservatory, what it gives you is to cover some vamps that you have, but I think it's great.
What brought you to NAMM?
Well, I was invited to NAMM in the last 5 years, and I always found it stupid reasons, not excuses for not coming. No, because it's too far. No, because I have a tour. No, because what am I going to do there? Or yeah, LA is great, but maybe I go there and I spend $2,000, and I don't know if that's a good idea. But or maybe the girlfriend that I had, she wouldn't understand it, or maybe she wants to come with me.
Right.
So,
which makes it $4,000.
yeah, $4,000. No, but what I was doing is finding excuses, and then one day I woke up, and I remember I told a friend, if tomorrow, depending on how I wake up tomorrow, I decide. And I woke up, I decided, I'm buying the ticket for NAMM.
Okay.
You want to come? And he told me, no, but I have a guitar school. How am I going to come and leave my school? And I told him, is it anything going to be better for you to go to NAMM for your school than coming to NAMM with me? And he said, I agree. And he bought immediately the ticket, and I was like, my goodness, this is too much. So that first time, I was invited. It was like a standard invitation. They didn't pay me anything. But
who invited you?
Yeah, Daddario Strings. But then the first day that I got to Godin, the first 5 minutes, Robert Godin is a fantastic person, and he's the owner of the brand of these wonderful guitars. He saw me playing, and he told me, "Do you like the guitar? We have this." I was thinking, who is this guy who's touching all the buttons of my guitar? He told me, "This guitar, you must have this guitar. This guitar is for you. Come on Sunday and it's yours."
Really?
And it was like, no way. And then he asked me to play there, and we started a collaboration. So in the last years I'm touring with them. Now we have a South American tour going on, and we will go also after summer to China and later on Japan.
Cool.
So yeah, with these people, it's been great.
So it's a well-spent $2,000.
Yeah, really well spent. No, actually, it was less. I have to confess that it was less. But in LA, it's very easy to get broken in a moment.
I know.
Because
man,
you
tell
go
me
back
about
home
it.
and you say, what happened last night? And you check out the credit card, and it's like, wow, the bank is going to kill me.
Right. It's not Nashville. Well, Nashville's getting pretty expensive now, too.
It's been like a long time without going to Nashville. I would like to go. Let's see if I get gigs there. I have now this summer something going on in San Antonio, Texas, where it was actually my first professional concert whenever I was 15.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's going to be like close in the cycle.
All right. So you have an agent over here?
I have an agent, and I have I've been doing this all my life, so I have many contacts.
Okay.
Whenever this thing in San Antonio, that is the anniversary of the city, 300 years since the Spanish founders
Really?
found the city. The company that got the contract to organize the event, they contact me, and well, I'm really happy about that. It's amazing that they trust in you, and I don't really know really well how did it happen, but I guess that is because as I'm coming here the last years, and there are not many Spanish flamenco players around.
Right. Yeah,
So
you are developing a specialty. I mean, your thing is a specialty, very unique.
Yeah, but
especially here in America.
well, there are really fine guitar players, but I think that what I do a little bit different is that I fake. I lie. I mean, to the flamenco players, they tell me, "Oh, you play well, but you play very strange." But I shouldn't be saying this because this is my secret. But they say, "Oh, my friend, you play well, but wow, what are weird chords? What is flamenco, but it's with weird chords." and I tell them, "Yeah, because I'm a little bit jazzy." And they say, "Ah, okay."
Yeah.
And to the jazz players, they tell me, "Wow, you know, and then they tell me, okay, yeah, your jazz is strange, but very nice. And I say, yeah, because I'm very flamenco. So that's I have a foot in each part, and that's my secret.
That's cool. Now, when you play with trio, you play all original music, or
I play original music, but I like a lot to play my own covers of the musicians that I love.
Yeah.
For example, I was playing now to you Bach. I have a project that we do on a trio actually with another guitar player, and we have arranged this piece of Bach on a flamenco way, and we mixture with some more classical guitar pieces, or we take Pat Metheny. You know Pat Metheny? How do you say Pat Metheny, right?
Pat Metheny.
It's amazing because
He is.
you know Pat Metheny.
Oh, I know him very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard that he never likes what he composes. You know, he
Really?
regrets. He's like, yeah, I admit this, it's not that good. I think they are all amazing. They are
I love
wonderful.
that music.
Me
His
too.
music used to be the soundtrack to my life.
Yeah.
At one
I
time.
love it.
Yeah, for about 5 or 6 years, you know, it's like his music fit my life.
Totally.
Yeah, it made my life better. Kind of, you know, it kind of gave it meaning. You know, when things were happening, I listened to Pat Metheny, and I go, oh yeah, okay, I know why
But
that's
that's
happening.
the music is made for that.
Yeah.
You know, you make a record, you make recordings for that.
Right.
That's the beauty.
And
of it.
every time I hear his music, I kind of get transported back to that.
Which one do you like?
Uh,
You know, Letters from
Still
Home?
Life Talking, Letter from
Oh,
Home. Yeah.
How is it?
Have you heard his What's It All About? His covers, where he does Alfie and all those tunes.
It's amazing.
I love that record. I love all his records, actually. He hasn't made a record I don't like. Let's
It's
just say
amazing.
that. There's the Pat Metheny plug
It's
for the
amazing.
day.
Or this one, you know this one?
Dun, 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 dun.
It's amazing,
Yes.
wonderful. I like a lot. So what we do sometimes on the trio, I say, for example, okay, we play Pat Metheny, we do this. How is it? And then we do. And there is a flamenco part.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
It fits
You
perfectly.
combine them both, huh?
We combine the mood, no?
Yeah.
I don't know how to say it, the groove.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything fits. So and the music, to me, the music is that. The music is sharing.
Right.
So that's what we do. Or we play. I like a lot Chicoria.
Uh-huh.
It's a very Spanish.
Very Spanish.
My Spanish
My
heart.
Spanish heart, yeah.
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 Or Miles Davis. He was in love, really in love with the Spanish music.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah, Spain, what's the
Concierto de Aranjuez?
record Miles did?
Sketches from
Sketches
Spain.
of Spain, yeah.
Yeah. Miles.
Great, man. That's
Miles
great.
knew quite much about music.
Yeah,
It's
that's
amazing.
great.
Yeah.
So how can people, you have a website or
I
anything
have
like that?
a website, luisgallo.net.
Okay.
Okay, it's my name, Luis Gallo with double L.
LUISGALLO
.net.
people. Go there now.
Yeah.
Check him out.
I have also this
Guy
YouTube,
rocks.
the YouTube channel, and
Oh, you have a YouTube?
my Facebook is totally open. My Instagram, you can post whatever you want. I don't care.
No privacy.
No privacy at all. In the 2018, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now I have to be back in Spain. Let's see when I have time. I have to record and keep on touring. I have many projects with other musicians, with other guitar players on a duo. And now is at 3:30. I'm playing at Godin Guitars Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to do a clinic with several guitars.
Okay.
Then tomorrow I'm playing at the University of La Verne.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then Tuesday I'm playing at Tula's bar or Tula's club in Seattle. And some more concerts. I mean, I put everything in Facebook and in my internet, in my webpage. So
Cool, man. You're busy.
yeah,
That's great.
Well, the musician nowadays is not like. I mean, sometimes you have years that you are able to be touring with big guys, and they make it all. You just have to study and
Yeah.
take the plane
Right.
and take the flight. But the reality is that normally it's not like that. 15 years, 20 years in a row. You have
Yeah.
to work in your own brand.
You got to do your own thing.
Yeah. And with your own name, that's very
Right.
important.
It is.
Because at the end, the people whenever they look up for you, they don't know the project. I think it's very important that your name is always in the project.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. That's great, man. Yeah, things are changing for musicians.
Too fast.
You know, it's more of a networking, branding, spread word of mouth,
Yeah.
taking the gigs you can take, because you never know who's going to hear you.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
it. You never know who is in the audience. You have
That's
to
right.
always play the best you can and take. You have to be ready as a musician nowadays to be able to play in front of 30,000 people and in front of
4.
4. I was going to say 30, but yes, 4 could happen. Could happen.
But hey, man.
And play with the same passion.
Right.
That's
exactly,
the
same
difficult thing,
passion.
and
Yeah.
because it has happened. I've seen big guys, really big guys, playing in front of 5 people,
Uh-huh.
maybe even
Yeah.
sometimes less.
There's a famous story about the Police when they first started, you know, because nobody knew who they were, but they played with that same passion for like a small group of people in a club that they played for like full stadiums.
Yeah.
That same sort of intensity, you know.
Yeah, that's really. I mean, you have to do it. There's no excuse for that.
Right.
It's always like
Right.
that.
No slacking up.
No.
You young people get that? No slacking up. Well, hey, Luis,
Okay.
thank you so much, man.
Thank you very much for
Thank
your
you for
time.
stopping by the Undertalk booth.
Pleasure.
And,
My pleasure.
folks, go to his website, his YouTube subscription.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Luis Gallo, Luisgallo. Check him out.
Okay.
He's brilliant. Going to give us a little closing music?
Sure.
Bravo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, man.